So we're gonna start with Suzuka.
Hmm.
It's. I still don't think it's terrorism, you know.
No, it's terrorism. No, it's terrorism. We're staying on terrorism.
All right, fine. Terrorism. It's just. It's.
Uh, okay,
It's.
are you gonna have like a clip of the incident happening
Yeah, I
in the
will. I'm gonna
background of this?
try. I'm gonna
Yes,
try
yes,
for
good.
each. Yeah. It's such
Because
a.
I think people will agree with me. It's a bit of terrorism.
It's such a.
It's not much.
Yeah. It's just enough.
It's a sprinkle. It's a little teaser.
It's
It's
just.
like I'm Max Verstappen. I'm a bit of a psychopath. I'm not gonna go full psycho immediately. I'm just gonna show you a bit of what I can do.
Just remember this.
Remember the name.
But like, cause it's such a funny incident too, man. Like you just see, yeah, the gaps there. It's almost like Suzuka 89.
Yeah.
Almost. But the thing is, Prost waits and Prost such a weirdo, man. He waits in center Sanchez. He just turns into
Ross
him,
is cutting he is taking an entirely different track.
right?
And I respect it.
But the funniest part about the Prost thing is that if you look at it, it looks like nothing on the regular cam. But there was an alternate
Yeah.
camera, and you can see him turning 5 years before the corner. It's like, all right, this guy, we know what your plan was, buddy. Maybe 1990 really was justified. Two of the greatest
All
all
right,
time.
Malaysia.
Malaysia. Okay, so you say narratives count, so
Yep. I
it's
believe a
A.
narrative counts. And for me, the narrative of we're not watching Verstappen and Hamilton because everyone thinks Hamilton's going to piss about into the distance, and all of a sudden, boom! Wait a second, Verstappen's overtaking him, and it's just a nice little cut to this battle. And it's very nice looking. So I'm not going to go crazy. I'm going to say B. That's what it is for me.
Yeah, this is exactly what you'd want.
Yeah,
And
just
based
a
on,
quick little
yeah, a
jab.
nice little interaction. I wouldn't even call it a
Yeah,
fight. It's an interaction.
a kerfuffle, if you will.
Suzuka 2017. I don't even really know why we put this here because they didn't really fight, but
Yeah,
it's still kind of
it's
fun.
like a to me it's like a Schumacher Alonso battle because Schumacher Alonso never really battled ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just fought in a very close vicinity, like Imola 2005,
I mean,
Imola
in a
2006,
okay,
Turkey 2006.
in a way, Imola 2005 kind of was a battle, kind of, even though they never went
Was
side
it?
by side or anything. But it's one guy trying to pressure, like they were close enough to warrant it being a battle.
Okay.
I mean, you can't be that close to a guy and not be fighting him. You get me?
Yeah. This one's kind of similar. They weren't as close, but it's a little bit similar. But yeah, I think wasn't nothing big happened.
True. We got Bahrain 2018 terrorism.
Peak terrorism. That was so weird from Verstappen. I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah, it's just
It's like he wants to get the move done, but he wants to he wants Hamilton to know about it. He wants Hamilton to really know that he's been overtaken.
yeah, it's like I'm gonna embarrass this dude, and he just embarrassed himself. That was oh god,
So,
early 2018 Max was not him, man. That guy had a lot of creases he had to iron out.
he had some demons in his closet. I can't lie.
Speaking of early 2018 Max, China.
This is a good version of Max. Smoke them up a little bit.
It's B. It's exactly what you'd want. One was on better tires, and they just passed
Hmm.
him. The thing, I guess, what makes it more cool is it wasn't with DRS, was it?
I don't think so. No.
That no, it wasn't DRS. Okay, that's actually kind of cool, but B is fine because he had way better tires. Should have won the
Yeah.
whole race, but no. I'll
So,
kill I'll kill Vettel instead for no reason. Gift a victory to Ricardo, even though I was ahead of him. Whatever you say, bro. All right. I think USA 2018 has to be our first A,
Yep.
cause proper wheel to wheel, not just a blow by, but like them side by side through a number of corners, with something
Yeah,
on the
this is their
line.
first big battle, I think. Yeah.
Hamilton had a title on the line too. Max fully cost him it. But if you look at
Yeah,
Max's
for
race,
sure.
why should Max yield after starting 18th?
And also the because they're going around the long right hander and it looks like Hamilton has the move done and it just cuts away and he's just just drifting off into Narnia.
Yeah, it looked like you thought it was going to be like a Vettel thing. You're gonna be the Vettel move where he just nails it. He just stays with him the whole time. That makes even less sense to me because Hamilton had the better tires. He did.
I think it's just he was a bit wider. I think that's what it was. I think it's just marbles. He got onto the marbles.
I need to find an odd. I need to use F1 TV and look at his onboard for that one day. Monaco 19. TV? Monaco 9. I'm not gonna put Monaco 19. I'm not gonna put Monaco 19 on terrorism. I think that's just
why not?
Because
no, you're right.
It can't be terrorism because he had to do it.
He had to do it.
If he didn't do it, he would have he had the penalty already. The only shot he had of making a podium out of where he was passing Hamilton and using the clean air to extend the gap to second and third, and maybe even.
This is where that stupid Senna quote of "if you don't go for a gap, you're no longer a racing driver" actually kind of makes sense because at some point you do need to make this. You need to try and make this move.
Yeah, like not trying this is literally giving up.
Yeah, I agree. No, C's good.
C is fine because I get it. I think we have our first Blasic
with
Hungary 19.
I think you're right.
A?
I think you're right.
Is it A or is it Blasic?
I don't know because I think Hungary just stuck in everybody's mind. Because around 2019 this time, people were really starting to think that I think Verstappen is better than Hamilton. That's when people were really starting to say this. So this is just a nice little like Hamilton being like, "Stay right there, buddy.
Yeah,
stay right there, buddy."
And then Hamilton ended up being the guy telling Max to stay right there.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. This was Hamilton saying, "Stay right there, buddy.
Yeah.
You're not better just yet."
I'm still that guy.
Yeah, I'm still him.
And it was also Max's first pole, and the fact that Hamilton tried to pass him earlier and couldn't do it.
Yeah, it was a really good fight.
Yeah, and it completely overshadowed the fact that everywhere else was just boring. They were the absolute main characters that day.
Yeah. Oh my god, this race is so funny to me. Can I just say this race is so funny to me because Ferrari were the quickest in Sector 1, and they finished like 50 seconds behind. They were so slow this race.
Yeah, but
they were so
in theory they were supposed to be slow. Cause why would realistically
they were way too slow? No, think about it. Because they're slow in Hungary. 4 races later, they're winning Singapore.
They win Singapore. It's like no, that's not how F1 works. That's not how Formula 1 works.
Because they had just won Belgium and Italy. Ferrari fans were like, "Oh yes, we won our home race. You won Belgium. All right, safe. We're gonna get cooked in the lead, but it's whatever." And they fucking win Singapore. It's like, wait a minute.
No. That's not correct.
That's when people started to be like, wait, what's going on here, Ferrari? You got something to tell us?
Like, Max is there spraying champagne on them, but in his mind, he's like, something is not correct. I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
He straight up says it. Max straight up goes, they're cheating, by the way. I don't know if you guys have noticed.
Speaking about admitting to cheating, Mexico 19.
It's a great segue. It's a very good segue.
Perfect segue.
This is terrorism. For both of them, I think. No, maybe more Max. Definitely terrorism.
Yeah. Okay. I can live with that.
Because everybody goes through that corner side by side. But for some reason, these guys are just to the outside.
But you say that. They did it the year before and didn't make contact. For the lead. For the lead.
You're right. I think Verstappen's head just wasn't hot.
No. The thing is, I think the difference this time was that in 2018, Max was on the outside, Hamilton was on the inside.
Yeah.
The roles were reversed.
And Max is further alongside, I think.
Yeah, he just tried to steamroll him. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
Cost himself an easy win.
I think terrorism.
Yeah, I put it in terrorism. There's nowhere else it can be. Oh.
Now, I think we have our second Blasic.
Easily the second Blasic.
Oh, this race is as a Verstappen fan.
Statement victory.
Heritage. Statement right there. If Hungary was Lewis saying, "Stay right there, buddy," Brazil was Verstappen saying, "Nah, fam, I'm good. You stay right there." Beautiful.
No overstepped boundaries, just perfect wheel to wheel. The
Inch perfect.
whole race. The restart,
Especially
man.
because in the middle of the race, when Kubica almost sent Max into Janaheim,
Yeah.
like I was like, oh, the race is done. God's sake. And I'll just blink, Max is back ahead of him again.
No, wasn't he? The best part about the overtake is when he passes Leclerc into Zheng Shao like he's nobody. Like he's a lapped car.
Yeah.
Like he's a lapped car.
Yeah.
He kills Leclerc into Zheng Shao like he's a nobody.
Literally.
And he's like 5 million yards behind Lewis. He opens the DRS flap and bodies him into turn 1. And then the safety car restart where he just goes right around the outside as close as possible without it's just beautiful.
Also, shout out to Albon in the back doing the exact same move.
Oh, yeah.
Just to aesthetically make it look nice.
Right?
Yeah, definitely a blessing.
Should have been a easy Red Bull 1-2.
Right.
But this is only between Max and Lewis, so we move. All right, so intern, where's 2020? Fun fact, there's
Nothing.
absolutely nothing. They never ever went wheel to wheel in 2020.
No.
I still don't know.
You're probably thinking, Shane, because I'm doing this skit too. Shane, what about the 17th anniversary Grand Prix?
Nope.
Didn't fight at all.
No.
We just overcut him.
Yeah. He fought Bottas.
Nothing happened. Fought Bottas, cooked Bottas. That was great.
Right.
Fun for the family.
This isn't a Max Bottas tier list. If it was,
it would be 7-0 to Hamilton to Max.
Yeah. A Perez Hamilton thumb. We might need to do one of those in the future. It'd be like 4, but we'd have enough discussion for an hour. Bahrain 2021 is between A and Blasik.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's either A or Blasik because this sets the trend of 2021. This pretty much just says this is what the season's going to be like. Strap in.
Yeah, it's right on the borderline, you know. It could go both ways because on the first stint, I remember the restart after Mazepin crashed. Hamilton and I literally watched that clip a couple hours ago before we even started recording. Hamilton tries to do a switch back on Max, and his car just touches the dirty air and folds completely. I genuinely think if that didn't happen, they would have had a wheel-to-wheel battle right then and there. But then they didn't have it till the end. Max passes him illegally. Gives it back in a place I wouldn't have given it.
The controversy of it as well.
Right? Yeah, the whole extending track, everything is just hectic. But good. It was chaos, but it was good chaos. And I want
to say Blasik.
I think Blasik. Both guys stepped away from that feeling like they were them. You get me?
Yeah, I think Blasik is a good one.
Imola
for me. Just looking at the picture we use. That picture is so cold. Like it is so cold.
One of our mutuals has this as a header. I don't remember who. Is it Fikra? Is this Fikra's header? I think it's Fikra's header, you know. Or it used to be. But it's such a cold.
It's just so cold.
But Max did
I want to. It was a bit of terrorism.
Yeah, I don't think it's enough terrorism not enough for the category. I feel like it's C. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Fair. I think because Max at this point had just lost Bahrain. He probably saw Imola going out the window because people forget he started third. He did this. He did the second gear start, and he goes straight on the inside, forces him off, and then Lewis tries to get him back and puts himself into the wall. It was like a perfect Max scenario. It was like I roughed Lewis up. He tried to get revenge and killed himself. Poor guy. I feel like it's a C.
Yeah, I think C is good because it's kind of just one interaction.
Yeah,
it's not like a lot.
Yeah, Portugal is an A or B.
Portugal is so underrated. It's so underrated.
Yeah,
it is so underrated.
They both cooked each other.
They both got a lick it. They both got their lick it.
Yeah.
Verstappen smokes him off the start. Hamilton smokes him later on. It was so good.
It's like, yeah, both men got their licks.
And this was the third time in a row that they were fighting on track with each other.
Yeah. Literally everything you could ever want to start a season, right? I think it's A.
Yeah,
it can't be Blasik because it's not that the whole race was like that. If the whole race was like that, Blasik easily.
Yeah,
but it wasn't. Mercs were.
Speaking of. Oh no, that's the next one. Never mind. I want to do a nice segment like
Spain.
I want to say terrorism.
No, it wasn't. It was perfect.
Are you sure?
It was perfect.
Are you sure?
I don't know how. I still don't know how people think Spain is terrorist. I think it's a perfect move. I feel like it was
I
right.
think it's a perfect move. I also think it was terrorism. Two legends coexist.
All right, just to be clear, we're only ranking that move, not the whole battle in the race. Okay, if we're ranking the whole race, it's B or A for me.
Yeah. No, I think we are. I think we should rank the whole race.
If we're ranking the whole,
no, I think you're right. Yeah,
we make up the rules as we go on.
Yeah, this is not concrete.
I don't think it's terrorism. I really don't.
No, you're right. If we're ranking the whole thing, yeah, I agree. I think it should be.
No, even the first lap move, I don't think it's. I think it's the absolute finest line between too far and just enough. I'm gonna give it a B.
Yeah,
for factoring the rest of the race because it was still very intriguing.
It was.
Yeah. France.
Anyways, speaking of Blasiks.
Oh, Blasik.
What? We're having a massive difference here. I think this is a Blasik.
The whole race, yeah, easily because.
The whole race is a Blasik, yeah.
Because let's see, Max has pole and he just completely
sends himself to Narnia.
Yeah. Sends himself to Narnia for no reason, and then we start to see the trend of Red Bull just saying, "Okay, you're ahead of me, undercut."
Yep.
And you're not gonna do a single thing about it too. You're just gonna sit and watch us do it. Yeah, Blasik. It's just it's such a good race.
We also have the thing is what made this is a Blasik for me is that when Verstappen got ahead, Hamilton and Bottas were right up his ass for like a good 20 or so laps.
Yeah, they were right there.
Behind him, just lap by lap by lap, just right behind him. It was so intense. This is why France for me is such a good race. It's just pure racing. No gimmicks, no crashes, safety car. It's just pure racing.
And the thing is, it's almost the perfect Max revenge for Spain.
Yeah.
Because
pretty much, I'd say it is the perfect revenge.
It's the absolute perfect revenge because it's the same thing.
It's the exact same thing, yeah.
The only difference is that Max pit from the lead, Hamilton pit from second, but they both did the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like your tires are gonna die. I'm gonna put some fresh ones. I'll be like 20 seconds behind, but stay right there.
So you'll see me. Stay right there. You'll see me.
You're gonna see the front of my car and the back. I think it's a Blasik.
For me, it's a Blasik.
Yeah, fair enough. Very good race. Whew. Silverstone.
Now.
Oh God.
Now, I think this one is its own tier.
Yeah, I'm gonna add a tier.
Yep.
Lower. It's lower than terrorism. I'm gonna add a tier.
No, we're putting it lower than terrorism?
It's higher than Blasik?
It's higher than Blasik, for sure.
Oh, hold on.
I think the terrorism adds the extra layer because it's a Blasik with terrorism in it.
I'm gonna add a row above and just put Silverstone 2021.
Yes, because without the crash, it's a Blasik. Without the battle before, it's terrorism. Put it together, you get Blasikism.
Yeah, you get
the
best of both worlds. Word to Hannah Montana.
Best of both worlds.
Because even the sprint the day before, it's good racing.
Mm-hmm.
Just absolute head is gone, but I'm not a terrorist racing.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, this moment changed the entire season. The entire season has just changed now.
Dare I say?
Now Verstappen's thinking...
Yeah.
Because now Verstappen's thinking, oh, so we're crashing into each other now, okay?
Oh, it's a thing we do.
Say less. Say less. I will be there no matter what.
Crashing into people. Me. You sure you want those problems?
Do you know who I am?
You know I've done to people? Oh, man. Yeah, Silverstone is its own tier, man. It's dare I say it's the changing point of their entire careers almost.
Maybe Max, not Lewis. Lewis is 74 at this point, so not him, but definitely Max.
Yeah. Wait, and this is win 99 for Lewis too.
Yes, it was.
And it's like you can roast him all you want for the crash because I think it was his fault, but like he got the pen, still won. What more can you do?
Yeah. A part of me wants to be like he should have got more than 10 seconds, but like no.
What's more than 10 seconds?
Yeah, you really get more than 10 seconds.
If you want, the only thing that's worse than 10 seconds is the FIA just whipping out a laser and just shooting his car, EMP blasting him at that point because there's nothing more you can do. Plus, it was a stop and go. No. It's just a 10-second stop. He could still pit.
They don't really do stop and goes anymore.
Yeah.
We're even back in my.
What's worthy of a stop and go these days, anyways? I don't even know.
I think you can just buy someone out of the race and take no damage yourself. Stop and go.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, they had a terrible meeting, but luckily their next meeting would be no, never mind. It's Monza 2021. Terrorism.
And the thing is, people don't remember that like ignoring Max almost decapitating him, there was terrorism beforehand.
Yeah, because he tried to kill him on
because
Hamilton
got a great start. And Verstappen said, "Nah, buddy,
yeah,
nah, buddy,
not on
stay
my watch.
right there,
not on
my watch."
Oh man, and the thing is, it would have. I think Max was even shook. Hamilton should not have had as good a start as he did on those hards too. I don't know how he did that.
No sense because the thing is, the sprint race before. He had a terrible start on the hards, and that's why Max got ahead of him. An awful start on the hards. For some reason, he has the best start in the world on the hards, and that's when they end up fighting.
Yeah, Max kind of bottles.
That's what makes no sense.
Max bottles the start too. Like Ricardo smokes him.
Yeah, he does. Max. This is what I'm saying about terrorism because this whole incident was a net gain for Max because as you see off the start, he doesn't really fight Ricardo. He just lets him go.
Yeah.
But with Hamilton there, he absolutely fights it. He's absolutely thinking...
He lets Ricardo through because he thinks he's safe. He doesn't know Hamilton's having the best start of his life behind him. So he's like, all right, I'll just stay in his DRS. Like, what are you doing here?
Nani?
What? You're supposed to be on hards. I am. Yoink. Just yeets him off. Then they bottle his...
Peak terrorism.
And he would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for the meddling pit crew.
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't get a penalty for shoving Hamilton off, and then they give him the worst start of all time. They give him the worst pit stop of all time, 11 seconds. And like, all right, all Mercs have to do now is one of two things: either just keep going on the hards and overcut him naturally, or box right now and just ensure that you're ahead of him for the rest of the race, which. In hindsight, wasn't a bad call, but if you're gonna do it, you can't fumble the stop, and they absolutely.
It would have been on meetings though the entire time.
Yeah,
it would have been touching.
It would have been interesting. Because how would he have made? I mean, how bad will tire wear affect you in Monza?
Pretty bad. It fucked over Max because he was in Ricciardo's dirty air. He just couldn't do anything. He's really
it was screwing his tires up, but he was still being pulled. If you get,
I wouldn't say he was being pulled. I think he was being,
and he wasn't being dropped. Being pulled. No. If I remember.
No, I think he's being held up.
And I doubt it. The McLaren is too fast for him to have been held up.
No, he was being held up. The car was just too fast in a straight line. It was way too fast in a straight line.
Oh well. Off to USA. I feel like USA is a. It's weird. Is it B or A?
I think B, because that's the Alonso Schumacher Imola moment. USA.
Yeah. Well, not really. Alonso Schumacher is still way clear. They never really like. Hamilton never really made an overtaking attempt.
He did off the start.
Oh well, yeah, the start. I'm talking about the end.
Yeah.
The end, nothing really happened, but the start. I mean, it was a good race because of the title fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can imagine it must have been nerve-wracking for both sides, even though it wasn't really exciting per se.
Oh, trust me, it was. I was with a friend, and she was like grabbing my shoulder, my knee. She was like petrified. She was so nervous. I remember this. She was so nervous. That season was so good, man.
And then I remember at the end when Mick holds up Max, but then he holds up Max, but then he holds up Lewis again. So
Griff and take it away.
Yeah, he didn't really he cancelled out his bad deed. I'm gonna give it A because of the title fight and the fact that they didn't kill each other on lap 1.
Agreed.
Oh boy,
anyways,
Brazil.
You know where this is going. This is a no-brainer.
Oh Max. Oh Max, your life wouldn't have changed if you had just let him pass you. Your life wouldn't have changed. The same result would have happened, and people would have hit. Oh my! Remember when Max did this, and we were begging the FIA to release the onboard of him doing it. I was like, "What's that gonna do?"
What's that gonna do? I mean, we know what we saw it.
We literally saw him do it on the hard camera. What's the onboard gonna do? Oh man, he didn't. He. It's weird, because I get the championship is on the line, but like, there's no way you do that and not expect something to go wrong for you, whether it's a penalty or him just passing you eventually. Like,
I think Max is hoping another Monza situation. If we both crash, we both crash, and that's okay. That's what he was hoping for.
Oh, that would have been. I really wish Brazil was Hamilton's 100th win, man. It would have been the absolute best 100th win of all time. It would have been the only 100th win of all time.
There's only 100 of all time. Intern?
Yeah. It would have been a better 100th win than Russia.
Russia was still a good 100th win, though.
Yeah, still a good one, but Brazil would have been clear because of all the penalties. But it's terrorism. There's no other way around it. Speaking of...
this one needs to be its own tab. This one needs its own tab.
Jeddah.
Sure.
Jeddah 2021. Add row below. I'm gonna make it
absolutely add row
black. No. Wait,
thing is, this is still one of my favorite Max Verstappen drives.
Oh,
like it's the worst thing he's ever done on the racetrack. I love it to bits. I do not care. He was out of his mind. He was absolutely out of his mind. It was Pete Verstappen. You get the worst of him, which was pretty much 90% of his driving. And you get the best of him, which was that insane move on Ocon and Hamilton at the second or third
love
restart.
That move so much, man.
That was such a good move.
So clean.
Right?
No complaints. Because what had happened originally is that he had to give the spot back because he was too aggressive the first time. And it's like, all right, I'll just do it clean.
Yeah. I'll just do it again then.
But oh man. And the thing is, here's the thing. My favorite part about Jeddah is before everything went down. The chase, Hamilton chasing him down, and the two of them just putting minutes on the rest of the field, running each other down. It's just it's peak F1, man. Peak F1. Then Hamilton makes the first move. Max just cuts the track. It's like he for a split second tries to make the corner. He's like, nah, I can't do this.
Nah, never mind.
And then
whoops.
He have to give the spot back. He slows down, gives Hamilton the inside, realizes.
I still don't think. Okay, he brake checked him. Yeah, like objectively speaking, but I still think Hamilton was just kind of being a bit of a bozo there as well. I think they were both being very much bozos.
They were trying to do what Leclerc and Max did in 2022.
The next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they did it in these cars. And they just, as you can see in the picture, when this happened, I turned off the race. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take anymore. I had it with them when that happened. I had it.
The funniest thing afterwards was when Max tried to do it again, and I was just shoves him off. It just goes so wide off the track. You got a black and white flag for it.
Yeah, because they tell him to give the spot back. They clash, and then He gives the spot back and just sends it right up his inside and gets it back. Then the DRS pass.
He's not okay in the head. This Verstappen guy. He's not okay.
He was driving. Oh my god! It's like, bro, you
If
do
you
realize
told me-
that there are 2 rounds left in this championship, right?
If you told me that afterwards they performed they gave him a blood test and there was meth in his system, I'd be like, oh yeah.
Driving under
Because-
the influence, man.
Under some sort of influence, because his head was on Jupiter. I loved every second of it.
And then when the race is over and he's like, "Ah, the greatest quote to me, this is not F1. I'm like, you're damn right, it's not F1. You're trying to murder this man. Of course, it's not F1. He was just on absolute meth hypocrite mode all weekend. Not to mention the quali bottle.
Oh my god.
It was the best
Peak
way to
Max
describe
Verstappen.
it. One hot night.
Peak Max Verstappen.
One hot night. Hamilton is just he's never seen anything like this in his life.
No, he hasn't. Hamilton's just like, what am I up against? What is going on right
Right?
now?
Like, no adversary of his, not even Alonso with his head all the way chipped would have done. The worst thing Alonso's ever done to this dude, the worst thing Hamilton's ever experienced in his life up until this point is probably Austria
Was like
16
held up in a pit stop.
or Austria 16.
Yeah. Getting shoved slightly wide by Rosberg.
But
That's
not
the worst thing that's ever happened to him.
this guy's
this weirdo
guy's
Verstappen comes around.
brake checking him. And not only brake checking him, but driving off into the distance after doing so, as if he wasn't told to let the man through. Oh my Jeddah, man. Oh gosh.
Crazy race.
We
Absolutely
cannot
crazy
replace it.
race.
And if you thought that was
Anyways,
all,
let me
man,
move on to the big one.
another category of its own. Add a row below.
Is it? I think it's just terrorism.
Nah, man. It's Michael Massey.
Okay, yeah, obviously, but like still,
It's
the move on lap
Michael
1 is
Massey.
terrorism. Okay, fine.
Well, lap 1. No, there's
I
no
don't think
way.
this
There's
goes
no way
right.
Abu Dhabi isn't. It's literally the lowest rung. Even though for being real, Jeddah is probably the lowest rung, but Abu Dhabi is just everything from the get go, man. The desperation, desperation dive, that fit. And the thing is, I'm still on the fence about it. I don't even think it was that bad. Because
No, it wasn't that bad.
championship was on the line.
Hamilton's adept. Hamilton's adept at making himself look like the victim in race situations. He's so good at it. He's perfected. It's an art form at this point. He did it with he almost did it with Sainz this year or last year.
Oh, Sainz was like, nope.
Just about. Sainz is like, no. Remember last year? Yeah.
I saw what you did.
I know what you are, buddy. I know what you are.
Exactly what you are, buddy. I'm gonna
Round
make
it up
sure.
this guy.
I'm gonna make sure race control hears about this. Oh man, but the lap 1 send, the final lap, the whole
Final lap stand.
Abu Dhabi, man, changed the
You rocked my world.
ruined my world. No, I'm not even. I mean, like when it originally happened. Here's my problem with Abu Dhabi. My biggest issue with Abu Dhabi is the fact that Massey said he wasn't gonna do it and then did it. If he said he wasn't, that's what messes me up the most. Is the fact that he said no, I'm not gonna let these lap cars do. Because the graphic even came on the screen that he wasn't gonna do it, and then halfway through the last lap, he's like, actually, you know what? It's like, what do you mean? You know what? I don't know what you mean.
No, you don't know what actually. Now that you mention it.
Then Max just goes up beside him. It's like, no, you have fresher tires. You don't need to be beside him. Just wait. He got so erect from the moment.
He has an entire straight to make the move. No, you're gonna make it in turn 5. Okay, all right, safe.
He was
Fine.
bricked
That's
up,
okay.
man. He was fully bricked up. And There are people saying that he should have been penalized for being ahead, but like I was like, but when you do it in the F1 games, don't they give you like a time frame to like give the spot back?
Yeah, they do. They
They're
do.
doing the game.
You can literally just straight up overtake somebody. You can just walk past somebody and then give it back to them like 5 seconds later, and it's fine. Nobody cares.
But the thing is, like, it's never.
Although that being said, Schumacher got like a 3 race ban for doing this on a formation lap.
Oh yeah.
They banned him for 3 whole races.
Still won the title. Hill, come on, bro.
My God.
Hill. Oh, God.
He'll win a championship and they still said, no, you're still not him. Leave.
Right.
Get me Frenson.
Anyways, now that 2021 is out of the way, finally.
That 2021 was half the entire freaking series, by the way.
Half of all is the 2021. 2022, Zandvoort is a C because Hamilton didn't even try. There's not even anything to talk about. He just let him through.
I don't know. I think it was a good battle until the safety car. I do think it was a decent battle.
But I mean, I can't even call it a battle because Russell was between them.
Yeah, and Russell would have got smoked, and then they would have been a battle.
Yeah, but it didn't happen, is my point. And then the restart, nothing happened either. Max just passed him.
Yeah.
It's a C. There's nothing special. Kota is like a B. Kota is a very decent race between the two.
Yeah, Kota's a B.
Granted, I mean, it took a slow stop for it to happen.
Maybe an A. If we're talking narrative, it's an A. Because it looks like Hamilton's about to get his win, his continuous win record.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's about to do it, and then he just doesn't.
Because the slow stop was based on how long it was, you'd think that's all Hamilton needs.
Yeah.
Not only how long it was, but the fact that he had to battle Lee Clark.
For a while, too. Like, he was still behind Leclerc for like
2 or 3 laps. When that happened, I was like, yeah, it's over.
Yeah,
but then Lewis caught Vettel, who hadn't pit yet. And that kind of slowed him. Not much, but kind of did. And then Max just ran.
The funny thing after was Lewis doing up detective by like watching Max go across the white lines every single lap.
And I think he
only to go across the white lines himself. Yeah. Yes,
it's just like, all right, buddy, you played yourself.
All right,
and the thing is, the overtake itself was underrated. I remember Bick told us that he posted on his page that the straight line speed didn't do the job. Max did the job under braking.
Yeah.
The straight line speed, it didn't even bring him side by side. Max completely passed him by out braking him.
Yeah.
So that's why I give.
You're right. You're right.
Put that a B. It wasn't too much to write home about, but it's just enough. And we're gonna finish. We're gonna finish this how we started it, with terrorism. Brazil 2022.
Terrorism.
You know, it's
Max. I was rewatching Brazil recently, and Max had a terrible time that entire weekend.
Yeah,
Red Bull gave him a crap box.
Yeah, they
Russell bodied him all people.
Yeah, he did. But this race was necessary. This Max honker was necessary because it fooled Merckx into thinking no side pods was the way forward. I think Peter Windsor was like, yeah, by the way, the only reason Merckx won Brazil is because Red Bull messed up their ride height. But these guys actually thought it meant the W13 was good. Poor souls.
Poor bastards.
Poor souls. So Max tries to go around the outside. And granted, he just gets a way better restart than Lewis. And he has the momentum to get the job done. But the thing is, when people keep saying that Max should have yielded, it's like, at the time Max realizes he should have yielded, if he actually did, he would have hit Hamilton's right rear. Definitely.
Yeah.
He would have absolutely hit Hamilton's right rear and took him out the whole race. And then he'd have been even more upset.
A lot of people take that quote that he said out of context where he was like, he didn't give me space, so I figured we were going to crash. The people thought that he meant he was crashing on purpose, but it was like, if they're not going to give you space, we're going to crash. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I can't even back. Because here's the thing. If he were to back out, he'd have had to back out way earlier. But Max is on max timing, so he just thinks he's going to stick it.
He is quite literally Max Verstappen. At this point, it's immense.
He guesses it. He guesses. It's not even like they just make contact. He fully guesses it into the turn. It's like, if we're gonna make contact, I at least need to have some kind of momentum. Make contact. No way am I gonna hit you and come to a complete stop. That's for losers.
And of course, Hamilton and his titanium car gets away with it.
Well, I mean, he lost the wheel cover, and I could actually see the rim. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And
was that all he lost? It was, wasn't it?
Huh?
That was all he lost, wasn't it? He just kept on going afterwards.
No, but here's the thing: when the crash happened, all the Merc fans thought that crash is what cost him, like, the win. And if it didn't happen, he would have beaten Russell. But Mercs in their own debrief said, "No, nothing happened. Didn't cost him a second. Didn't cost him a tenth.
Faster or anything. It was lighter."
Yeah, it's like he just lost. When the restart happened, I swore Hamilton was gonna body Russell, and it just didn't happen.
No.
And
I stopped watching at that point. I was mad.
And I kept watching, because the reason I kept watching is because Alonso was on fresh rubber. I still don't get why Red Bull didn't pit Perez. It's such a weird decision to not pit him. I don't know what they were trying to achieve. Had they pit Perez, the whole Max Checo thing would have never happened. God,
I thought Max Checo thing was ridiculous. Oh yeah, I remember that, because Merc won the race and nobody gave a shit.
Yeah, no one cared, because
nobody cared. Nobody cared. We were talking about Monaco. No one gave a shit.
It's like, why are they talking about Monaco? The race just ended. What could they possibly be talking about? Oh, we did it.
Yeah, we did it. I'm happy with our list.
Yeah, I think it's correct. I don't think there's anything wrong. I think everything was rated properly. We have 4 Blasiks, 3 A's, 4 B's, 4 C's, 5 acts of terrorism, 1 Jeddah,
7 acts of terrorism,
1 Silverstone, and 1 Abu Dhabi. Everything you could ever want and more.
Actually, if you count it all together, it's like 9 acts of terrorism.
Yeah. Oh, man.
As it should be.
As it should be. Unfortunately, we won't be getting any more to come, because the W14 is garbage and the RB19 is...
I'm actually about to win 20 out
Max
races,
is going to
so
win the whole season. Did you hear what he said about it? Yep, things will be closer in Jeddah. Okay. You want to be Hamilton so bad. 2 championships and you think you're the second coming of Lewis Hamilton. Are you insane?
He was doing it in practice as well. He was like, okay, to be fair, he probably was at the time. He was like, oh, this car is a piece of shit. Hold by like 2 tenths. Wins the race by like 30 seconds.
But there you have it, folks. The tier list of dreams. If you disagree with anything, the comment section is literally right there. Feel free to voice your list. Give us your list. This is up, right? People can do this. When I upload the link for this video, I'm gonna upload the link for the tier list as well. So don't worry, y'all will get your own chance. Y'all get your own.
And if you want to voice your displeasure at this tier list directly at me, you can find me at. Thanks for not doing the intro.
I was gonna put it in the intro. I'm not gonna record the intro. It's fine.
Okay.
Don't worry. You're
okay. I was doing.
You're leaving here with something.
I'm leaving here with some. All right. Say something.
Yeah. All right. That's it. We're out. We did it.